It looks good.
Okay, good.
And the mold on the chimney.
Yeah.
And
on the chimney?
Behind you. I think that's a chimney.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yes, that has gotten pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
I like it. It looks good.
Okay, good.
It is.
I like when you say that.
Well, it does. And
Yeah, that's pretty.
can I take my answer back? I mean, it's nothing big. I mean,
Right.
brick molds are simple,
No, that's fine.
but
Okay.
but yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure you can.
So I have cleaned, before we moved in here, there was the last hurricane that came through, just really has gotten the sills here,
Pressure cleaning.
just pressure clean it?
Yeah.
So when you pressure wash the house, it gets,
We wash windows for a long, long time. And that's the reason why. And a lot of homeowners, they can go inside before we get here, they can take the screens off, but a lot of them like to have us pass through the screens.
Yeah.
A lot of that washes through,
Okay.
not all, but
this is pretty tight on the bottom. It'd probably best take it off.
I would agree.
Okay.
And it does fit well.
right. What about, is that any?
It's a bad joint fit, one. Number two, it's a crack, which means it's a water access point.
But it's not rot. I mean, this is hard to play. It's not going to rot.
Okay.
And what I'd like to do is when we paint it, let's put a what they call
Lifetime call.
yeah, but they've got another word for it. It starts with an E, and I'll show you the picture. But it's expandable in contraction
Okay.
with the elements, so that it won't let water in.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And
There are special paints now for molding. There's an additive that you put in your paint.
yeah, microban,
Okay.
microban. Yeah.
Someone's repaired this. It's not soft anymore, but that one is.
Okay. So you cut off a couple feet and replace, and this is off the chimney, and this is a 1x6.
Yep.
And actually it's a 5/4 by 6.
Yep.
And you see the Bondo attempt to repair at the bottom. That's a bit lackluster. Now you had a hole here for some reason.
I don't
Someone
know what that was
has
actually.
patched that. And if you're fine with it, I'm fine with it, and
Yeah.
we can move on to other things.
Yeah, I think
But,
I'm fine with it.
sure.
As long as once this is gone and clean, and then that won't be an issue.
It'll look a lot better.
So then we've got this piece
Okay.
down here.
Okay, well that's just a that's a trim board on the back right corner, and this is
5/4 by
this is a 1x6 or 5/4 by 6, right? Okay. And, yeah.
I think all this is good
Sure.
for the most part. It just a
Yeah.
little
Just needs
bit.
painting.
Well, and then
Yeah.
you know these little.
What I'd like to do, if we could
They can be sanded and bondoed.
sand them, improve them, and give them the last little bit of finish that they need to look good.
Okay.
Running all the way up, and you see the high sheen on that paint.
Mhm.
Okay, now question if I can, I don't know that this would bother you, but up here you've got some seams doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And we can dress those seams or not. Do you have a preference?
If you itemize what that's going to be for each one, you know.
And that seam,
Yeah,
you see a seam? Okay, I'll do it.
I would like it to be as clean as possible.
Sure. Okay.
So then this is a big issue, and then this is the big daddy of them all up here, which is a huge problem because the water
Yeah.
is collecting in the gutter that needs to be cleaned, and it is breaking through that whatever that wood, and it just is coming here just in a straight shot, and it's rotting out.
Yeah, you got a lot of roof coming down there, and so you really need there's a water guard that goes in that corner also that would stop it from getting splashing over anything. So.
Okay.
And you'd also use gutter guards, which stops the
Hardy.
stops it from clogging.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the fun one.
Yeah. So this whole area is. And when you're sitting on the couch and it's raining, it sounds like water is just gushing into. It's not. There's no leak, but I feel like there will be.
It's because this was shooting over
Yeah.
instead.
It just comes.
That a little piece of metal that just kind of like stick 2 inches up and it goes like 12 inches each way.
Okay.
Attaches from the gutter and the water hits it and stops and goes back in the gutter rather than shoots over it.
Gotcha. Okay.
You've seen them on many houses, I'm sure.
You've got a natural slope that runs this direction.
Yeah.
Which, what I was trying to do is, not that it's done all the time, it should be, but the engineers determined the calculation for tributary area. And Joe is perfectly right, because from the peak all the way down, all the way forward, and everything here is coming off of one gutter. And in my opinion, you're short at least a gutter
Okay.
for this area. And I'm going to make a suggestion that a reasonable and long-term fix, and the one thing I don't like about this is the light, but if we put a second gutter maybe to the left of the light, and run down between the upper light and the lower light, we put a hole here, we go down, we go through the deck. Yeah, I'm sorry?
A separate drain.
Yeah, run a downspout. We cut a small hole in the deck, because you've got to release the water pressure.
Well, you can also take one of this end, and when you're on top of this roof, we can run down there.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good. I like that.
Okay.
Aesthetically.
And now
Sure.
another
Yeah.
suggestion I would make
Yeah.
is, because she's got so much,
Yeah.
is replace it and use the commercial gutters, which is
A larger
gutter.
Go to 6.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go to
I agree.
6-inch gutter, and that would.
They're all good suggestions. I'm thinking out what I saw in my mind's eye is a gutter to go where the water's going anyway, go straight through, but let's get the land working in your favor and not stop the gutter under the deck, but stop it at the end of the deck.
where it runs off.
So it goes into the neighbor's yard. Unfortunately, I'm sorry,
Right.
but the land is taking it that way. But Joe's suggestion is better, to take it here, and that's why if you think out loud, your guy, listening will come up with a better solution, is to take it here, and if you vent, actually you can either vent on top of the roof, or you can carry that all the way into the gutter.
Okay.
And then this downspout will assist the upper gutter as well.
Okay.
So let me